All right, Chief Meteorologist Pete Bouchard joining us with a full look at the forecast and what's to come. We do know, though, it is going to be a soggy Monday night.
Plenty of rain coming down, some of it moderate at times, and this is just one of two weather systems to hit us this week. A busy pattern overall, at least through midweek. It calms down at the end of the week and we have a good shot of cold air. How can we get thunderstorms in December? Oh, let me show you. There's a front coming through and dew points are rising too. The snow is across central and northern New England. It's north of the border, Massachusetts. It's across southern New Hampshire. Some pockets of snow mixing in Manchester, over towards Derry, New Hampshire, Jaffrey too. Some of this trying to dip down near Pepperell. We could mix in a few flakes here. That could happen, especially as the precip intensifies. Sometimes that drags down some colder air from aloft, but it's moderate to heavy right now coming through. What happens is this pulls away by 10 o'clock. Look what happens, though, later on tonight. See this pocket of cold, okay, a big area, I should say, across northern New England of cold air. This is your freezing line. As the low moves out of Plymouth, Cape Cod Bay off of Saquosh Head, it goes into the open Atlantic, but the winds turn and they tap into some of that cold air and drag that cold air down. So that freezing line gets down maybe to Natick, Framingham, at least to Woburn. Boston's right on the edge too. Will teeter near freezing for much of the night. Then much of the day tomorrow kind of just sits back across northern Mass and southern New Hampshire. Our high temperature in Boston are only about 38 degrees, but out across outer Route 2, northern end of 495 from Lowell Lawrence, we're only in low 30s tomorrow. Wow. Across southeastern Mass, though, upper 40s. Big difference. And then Wednesday, everybody taps into some of that warmth at 65. Gusty with afternoon storms. Thursday's 47 with dropping temperatures. Now, to get all the rain that we see, we have to get the dew point up. Outrageous dew points, really, for this time of year. Will rise through the 50s on Wednesday, even some 60s. Did you see that briefly? Popping in Brockton, popping up in Framingham, perhaps even 60-degree dew points like humid stuff out on Cape Cod with some fog and wind, and then the dry air comes in. But this is going to be highly unusual, so when we bring in that much water vapor in this kind of climate in December, man, we get a lot of heavy rain. We are tapping into a tremendous amount of water, and I think the models are just trying to get into it here, trying to figure out how much rain we may actually get. And in some cases, it's 2 to 3 inches. It could be over that, though. When we talk about thunderstorms, it goes off the scale, and we can see these pop up across eastern Mass later on Wednesday afternoon. So we give you an estimate of rainfall amounts up to 1 inch to 2 inches, maybe even 3 on Cape Cod, Plymouth, and 3. But it's easy to push that back over Boston or even back over Worcester if we get that line to set up here and those intense thunderstorms to pop up here, too. Right now, I don't see severe weather, but that's a possibility. We could definitely have some on Wednesday afternoon with our wind gusts going to 50 miles per hour or better. In some cases, we will have some power outages with this. It spikes and then drops off as we go through the night, but still gusty into Thursday morning with some winds maybe to 30 miles an hour. Here's how it plays out. This is late afternoon on Wednesday. Look at these peak winds through Worcester, Boston too, Plymouth, Barnstable, the Vineyard. Everybody seems to get on board with this. And then on the backside on Thursday, those gusts come down to about 30 miles an hour. What a relief, right? But the cold is settling in too by Friday and Saturday. Thankfully, those days are dry. We don't see any storms brewing up. Of course, that's the way it goes, right? You get your rain and warm up and then the cool down with the dry weather. It doesn't sync up to give us any snow so far. Isolated showers come in on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and a couple of scattered. It's really difficult really to pin down what's next after Saturday. So the forecast is a little uncertain in that time frame for timing, but we're certain that we're in the 40s to near 50 degrees as things amp up in the temperature department.